Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, December 13th, and this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. A Palm Coast mayoral candidate declares his candidacy for the District 2 seat on the Palm Coast City Council. Rich Bechke reports.
According to the Flagler County Supervisor of Elections Office, Alan Lowe will join Stephanie Ramsey and local pastor Sims Jones to run for the seat that's being vacated by Victor Barboza, who is running for county commission. Lowe was asked why he's running.
What we need to do is to actually have people sitting on the dais. They can also hear people's voice when they come up to the podium and speak and be able to listen to what they have to say and then move forward with their suggestions. I would like to be part of that.
Lowe says his construction experience sets him apart from the other candidates.
When developers come in or when projects are brought forward, I think it's really important for somebody to be sitting there that actually understands what costs might be involved, including materials and future maintenance costs. And I think that the city's doing a good job at listening, but I think they need more experience sitting there, and I bring that to the table.
Lowe had previously filed for the seat, but withdrew to run in the mayoral special election last July. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Rich Bechke.
The new COVID-19 variant Omicron may cause milder symptoms than initially feared. Dr. Stephen Bickle, Flagler County's medical director, says they're still surveying data, but he points to information out of South Africa, where the variant was first discovered.
There are fewer people in the household given the number of cases they know about, but there are several little caveats here. One is that could be the case because a lot of these people are already infected and so have some immunity. That could be the case because a lot of them are vaccinated, although South Africa is not highly vaccinated. And it could be the case because it's affecting a lot of younger people who are just generally more able to deal with this without getting really sick.
Flagler County saw one new death from the Delta variant strain of the virus, marking the first death in quite some time. The county's COVID-19 hospitalization rate is in the single digits. At last check, 9 people were in the hospital, and the area had 66 positive cases of the virus and a positivity rate that hovered around 4%. Gretchen Smith with the health department says public health is adapting in response to these changes.
We're kind of switching up our vaccination and testing schedule. We're actually going to be testing 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then we're going to be vaccinating Monday evening. That's the Pfizer at the health department. And then on Tuesday and Thursday, we'll be doing the Moderna boosters.
COVID-19 tests are available for free Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at a county drive-through clinic near Flagler Executive Airport. Flagler County Commissioners vote to hire a consultant to develop a master plan for stormwater improvements. Amy Cherry has details.
County Commission Chair Joe Mullins called it a positive development.
I think a lot of what people are saying is they've been allowed to do some building in areas that probably shouldn't have been allowed. And their drainage, because of the person over here not taking it up, is just a domino effect. We've allowed so much developing and so much impact happen in the county without having it responsible to the person making the impact.
Faith Al-Khatib, the county's engineer, says the process will be much like what we saw take place for the Marine Land Acres drainage project.
We identify all the problems, what we have in countywide, creating public meetings, getting everybody input, including you, involving all the cities within Flagler County, and then creating a list of projects by identifying these problems and go after grant funding and local funding to come up with solutions for most of our flooding problems.
The study, to be conducted by GeoSyntech, will cost nearly $808,000, with about $300,000 in funding coming from the American Rescue Plan Act. The stormwater planning study will take 18 months to complete. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
A man in a stolen vehicle is arrested in Palm Coast. Karen Johnson has the story.
Recently, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office responded to a call about a stolen vehicle at the Circle K in Palm Coast. Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
After the driver had stopped at the Circle K and ran inside, leaving the car running. It only took a few seconds for the car to be stolen. Our real-time crime center was able to determined the vehicle was driving towards St. Johns County And in conjunction with working with St. Johns County Real-Time Crime Center, the suspect was ultimately apprehended.
The victim told officers she left the vehicle running to keep it warm while she ran inside with a child. The vehicle was located at a gas station on County Road 210 in St. Johns County and was occupied by 29-year-old Blaine Elmore. He was immediately arrested without incident. It was also determined that Elmore had stolen another vehicle in St. Johns County and driven it to Flagler County, where he abandoned that stolen vehicle and exchanged it by stealing the victim's car. Sheriff Staley says this is a great example why you never leave your car running going into a store. Plus, he says it's against the law. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Do you remember the Stuart Marchman Act?
It's still a center to help those with mental health issues, but it's now called SMA.
There was Stuart Marchman Center and ACT Corporation, and they merged way back in 2006, and then it became Stuart Marchman ACT Behavioral Health Care. That's a mouthful.
That's why, as Alicia Vincent, the Vice President Flagler Services at SMA, says, the organization shortened its name to SMA Healthcare. It's at 301 Justice Lane in Bunnell. Vincent was a recent guest on Lifeline. Lifeline, sponsored by Advent Health, is every Saturday morning at 9 here on WNZF, the podcast on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, Flagler County Commissioner Donald O'Brien talks about what brought up the need for mental health help here. From the WNZF newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.